The date is Thursday, December 27th, 2012, and it is Classic Thursday here on your daily dose of D&D. Hey guys, welcome to your daily dose of D&D. It is in fact Classic Thursday, and I am in fact Mad Matt One-Cow. And welcome to our Classic Thursday, the day where I get to talk about a class. Today's class is going to be the Berserker, the Barbarian subclass, found in the Heroes of the Feywild. I have not actually played this class, but I have built it a couple of times, and I've looked at it. And it's a pretty interesting thing, because it makes you choose, as a player, to be a defender or a striker. And you get to choose this in the heat of battle by what powers that you use. And the Berserker has the Defender's Aura that the Knigget has that I talked about before, where it's effectively marking just everything around you, making yourself deadly. And the Berserker goes a little bit further with that, with their opportunity attack that they get off of that allows them to add an extra D8 of damage onto it, which is pretty cool. However, the Berserker also has something called Primal Fury, which when they shift into this, they get -2 to their AC, lose the Defender's Aura, and get an additional tier D8 to their primal and basic attacks. So the Berserker becomes more of an Essentials character, where it's focused on those essential attacks, or primal attacks, actually. Most of its things, I believe I misspoke earlier, most of its things, it's a Barbarian, so its powers are actual powers, and mainly basic attacks are always good, but you can never go wrong with a power, because it does more stuff. And the Berserkers, as long as you're picking for it, you can do stuff. And that brings up something way interesting with the Berserker, that you have to choose where you're drawing the line. Whether you're going to play a defender and pick powers that don't trigger your Primal Fury, so you get that bonus to AC and you get to that Defender's Aura, or if you'd rather not worry about that and screw the AC, I want the damage. I want an additional 2d8 on every hit that I make. That's awesome. And build your character from there, trying to maximize how early in the encounter you do that, and how much damage just outright you can do. The Berserker looks like a really fun character at level 1, where you pick, with your Berserker, I believe you can pick the Arid Climb, so you're a Desert Barbarian, so you're used to clothes, so you get bonus while being unarmored, and then you pick up Unarmored Agility as your feat, and so you end up, with your Defender's Aura, having a, +4, maybe +6, depending on exactly how the Defender's Aura thing works, to your AC, where you would just have your numbers. And hey, look, Dexterity's not a bad thing here, either. Dexterity's always good for characters. It's a very, very good secondary stat, no matter what it is. And so that's a very good level 1. The problem with the Barbarian, though, is as you get closer to the next tier, at level 10, you will do comparatively less damage than you did at level 1. Because at level 1, you got a whole new D8 of damage, and at level 11, you get that too. But at level 10, you stagnated. You're still using that single D8, and that's kind of sad. The Berserker is a Barbarian, and so you get a lot of things. You can get that hurl weapon thing that makes the Captain America build work, so that's pretty cool. All in all, it looks like it could be a fun build. I wish I had a campaign where I could try it. I don't have anything that I'm running right now, and I have a bunch of characters that I'm playing, so I can't switch to that. But if you guys have experience playing a Berserker, please leave me comments down below. Welcome to your DM's Corner today. Today, Classic Thursday, we're talking about how to deal with the Berserker. First of all, how to make him happy. The Berserker is going to be happy in combat if there's a lot of little squishy things for him to squish. He likes being able to jump in the way, and with most defenders, he likes soaking damage, and he likes, like most strikers, he likes killing things. So make him feel like his Defender's Aura was worth it. Attack people through his Defender's Aura and give him those chances at opportunity attacks. Then give him a bunch of things to squish, that when he hulks out, he kills a bunch of stuff, and it makes him feel like his character was totally worth it. How do you kill a Berserker? It's a melee class, so long range is going to be pretty good. The Defender's Aura, you might be able to mark your own guys, and that would defeat it. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to read that. But yeah, if the Defender's Aura's up, then you're just going to have to kind of deal with it. It's unelegant, but yeah, just shoot him down. Once his Defender's Aura's down, and then just pile as many guys on him as you can. That's really the only fun way of doing it. As he's going to be better at group battles than the Slayer. I don't know if I mentioned this when I talked about the Slayer. I hadn't entirely figured out what I wanted for this concept. But the Slayer hates multiple people on him. The Barbarian isn't going to be as sad as the Slayer would be. There are some classes that are like love to have an entire group of people. The Warden is one of them, who would love to have all of his adjacent slots filled with a bad guy. I don't think the Barbarian's going to be quite that, but he can start dealing with it because he does use powers instead of just melee basic attacks. Yeah, so give him things to squish and let him use his powers. That's always an important thing, and I harp on that often because it's important. But yeah, that's what to do if you have a Berserker. Closing remarks today. I'm just going to tell you it right now. I play D&D on Thursdays, and I record these D&D, daily D&Ds in the evenings of it. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about our encounter that we had today. We've been doing this undead thing, and we've been slowly working our way to this temple because our group's really, really slow. And we're at this large temple, and they're talking about how to go in, whether or not they want to try the door, or whether it's going to be trapped or whatever. And I reach into my bag and pull out one of my DM's created items that we call the anti-grav rope, which is like rope where you would tie it on the rafter and it hangs down, except you tie it on the ground and it hangs up, and you can, you know, rappel up it and do a bunch of fun stuff. So I tie some of that to the ground, and I climb up to the top of the building. And then everyone follows me and starts milling about, and I figure out where the bad guys are, and they're across this large courtyard that we really have no way to cross. And so what I do, he wasn't expecting this. First of all, I take an anti-grav rope, and I tie to the other end to a regular rope, and I tie one end of the other end of the anti-grav rope to like a railing or something convenient that's always there when you want to tie something. And then he also gave me this orb that allows me to cast spells from that other people know. And so I use it to cast Mage Hand to pick up one end of the rope and stretch it out. And so we have this large triangle over the building. Here's the courtyard here, and this triangle is where this rope is. And he asked me how I was planning on getting over there, and I grabbed an extra piece of rope, looped it on, and ziplined up the incline and then down the rope. Because it's anti-gravity, I'm technically falling here, and then I'm technically falling here. So I was able to get to the other side. And then we get to this little window where we see the bad guys. He was rewarding me because I was using like way smart strategy, and we see the bad guys. And now in our party, I'm playing this slightly unsavory bard who's an oracle. He knows the future. That's his shtick. And so I identify him as a target. And then my sister had followed along with me, and she's playing technically it's a thief class, but she's playing it as an assassin, because it plays as an assassin really well. And so I'm her Moriarty, and she's my Jack the Ripper. And so what we ended up doing is we ended up having her sneak down into the room where they are, and I cast one of my spells on the guy that I'm kind of technically able to do from far away without, showing that I'm doing it. But yeah, role-playing, yes. But yeah, I cast a spell that guaranteed that her next hit on the guy was treated as a crit. And so she rolled and she hit the guy because she's a thief. If she misses, she did something wrong. And maxes a ton of damage and ended up dealing 100 damage flat out to the guy. And it was awesome, and dropped him dead, and we had to end there because it was time for people to go home. But it was a lot of fun, and I debated whether I wanted to just tell you guys that in all of its epic glory, or do an actual episode of Daily D&D. I did the actual episode because it's been a while. I need to get back in track. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at it. But we're catching the fire now. On Thursdays, I'm thinking of doing... I might have to switch Classic to somewhere else and make Thursdays Tell Me Thursdays. Does that sound good? I don't know. If you've got a comment on that, leave it down below. Speaking of comments, leave me a comment telling me what you liked about this video or what you hated about this video. If you did honestly like the video, hit the like button. That'll let me know that I'm doing a pretty good job. If you didn't like the video, please tell me why you didn't down below. If you know anyone who needs to see this video, hit the share button. That should be down there somewhere. I don't know where it is. And that'll give you a lot of different options how to pass it to other different people. You can also go up to the address bar up top, grab that, and throw it to them however you would prefer. If you like getting a daily dose of D&D, there's a subscribe button hiding somewhere around here. I think it's down in the center now. But yeah, you can click on that, and I will come to your YouTube subscription inbox every day, rappelling up a rope and then down a rope. To deliver your daily dose of D&D. My name is MadMatt1Gout. This has been Classic Thursday on your daily D&D. Stay online, and I will see you next time.